Hello and welcome to another knitting pod. I am Lena and I am so excited to be with you guys today. Y'all, it feels like this much like fall outside right now. The weather has turned cooler. The days are getting just a tad shorter and I am loving it. Of course, just in time for cooler weather, I finished a summer project. And isn't that just the way? It's so funny to me because last week we chatted about how summer projects feel like they're going to be a little palette cleanser and then it's a total bait and switch and they become tedious and drag on often. So I'm very proud that I finally finished this piece. This is the As Friends tank by Jessie May Designs. You can't see too much of it, but it is a very basic tank top. I made the size medium because I did want some extra ease and I feel like the size is pretty good. I still do think like it's a little too, like I wish it had been slightly closer in this chest area, but it's fine. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I also wish I had made the straps shorter, but as I said last week, that's just such a tricky thing to nail. So I think it'll be a great layering piece for the cooler months. This is linen quill in dark denim, and I love this yarn so much, which brings us to something that I have been so excited about. And this is how much I love you guys. First of all, I know you already know by the title what this episode is about, but I purchased the Linen Quill mini kit from Pearl Soho, I think 2 weeks ago. Yes, 2 weeks ago on the weekend, I got an email that most of you probably got too if you signed up for Pearl Soho emails. And it was this stunning new blanket called the Alpenglow blanket. And to promote it, there was a 25% off sale of the Linen Quill minis. Now, if you have been with me for a while, you understand that Linen Quill is probably my favorite yarn. I'm not going to go into my spiel. Y'all could recite it for me, but between the color range, the price point, the feel, the content of the fiber, you just cannot beat this yarn. It is quite close to perfect. And I fell head over heels in love with this alpenglow blanket. I am going to put pictures up, but it quite literally took my breath away. And I immediately texted Jessica, my darling friend, who's both my life friend and my knitting friend. And I sent her a picture and I told her I was feeling very weak and that the last thing I needed to do was spend any more money on yarn or cast on any other projects. Being the good slash enabler friend that she is, she said, no, you most certainly need that kit. And I tried so hard to resist and I completely failed. And lo and behold, sitting next to me are 40 colors of linen quill. And I am so excited because I didn't wait to open the whole package, but I have waited to actually open the yarn. I have not touched the yarn. I have not cast on the yarn because I really wanted to have this moment with you guys where we kind of look at every color, kind of talk about the ones that I love the most, the ones that I'm surprised by, my favorites within a range, because I think so many of us have used linen quill especially for the half and half triangles wrap that was so big several years ago. And the color range is so vast that it can be overwhelming when you want a gray, but there's 7 grays. It's so hard sometimes to look at the screen and pick. And since they don't have, they only have one flagship I don't even know if they actually have a physical store anymore or if it's just an online presence, but it's not like you can go to your local yarn shop and look at the colors. That is my point. So I'm going to go over these colors. Let me grab them and bring them up here for you. And let me show you how unbelievably magical. I mean, you guys, right? I mean, I know. I had coffee with Jessica yesterday and I took this all and she was cracking up because I brought them in this huge bag and she was as gobsmacked by their beauty as I. And I'm just so excited. So usually I'm pretty like planned out in terms of I have an idea of what we're going to talk about. This is sort of just off the cuff because there's really no way for me to plan how to chat about this. So I'm just going to open each one, pull out the colors, share them with you. But before I do, the reason I really kept them like this is because I think you can get a better sense of them holistically when they're standing like this right next to each other. And I was saying this to Jessica yesterday that it reminds me when I was little and I would get a new box of crayons. I had this one crayon set. It had hundreds of colors and it was like the plastic container where it was like a case, but then you could flip the stand and it could stand up. I should have known then the direction my life was going to take because that feeling of being in the presence of those crayons is still so deeply inside of me. And that is how I feel when I look at these. And that's why I've been really happy to leave them in their pristine plastic, annoyingly crinkly packaging because I just love to look at the colors. So let's look at this set first. This has, obviously variations on purple, the darkest colors, and I believe all the grays. Yes, all the grays that are included in this package. So I do not think that this is all the Pearl Soho linen quill colors in their line. I know there are some that aren't included in here, but I guess, I don't know how they picked the 40 that they were gonna do in these 25-gram minis. And I think they are 25, right? Yes, they are 25 grams, 109 yards, which I think is incredibly generous. Now, these are the grays. Let's look at the grays real quick. Boom. See, now this one is a really good example of how different colors can look in person. This is lavender opal. And I was always really drawn to lavender opal. However, it's my favorite of these grays. However, it's a lot more gray than lavender. Like if you put it next to these, I don't even know if you can see on the screen. I think you can. See, it does look a hair more purple, but if you just have it alone, it's almost gray. So I really like being able to see them in person because if you are going to do a half and half triangles wrap, and you are looking for the softest purple, this is definitely not it. But if you are looking for a gray that's just slightly zhuzhed up to go out, this is it. So this is lavender opal. This is obviously my favorite of all the grays because I love any hint of lavender and gray. In fact, we call it gravender, and it's my favorite, for fear of sounding insulting, boring color because gray is pretty boring to me. But when you throw just a tadger of lavender in there, it's gorgeous. This is another one that I love. It's Stonewall Gray. It is deeper. I think it's the deepest of them. Pale Mushroom is another one that I've always been fascinated to see in person, and I think it is gorgeous. Like we can put these two next to each other, and you can see this one is warmer. Pale mushroom is warmer, and lavender opal is a bit cooler. Wheat flower, it's definitely a much warmer, almost has hints of, I don't want to say beige because nobody wants to use the word beige to describe anything, but it is a little bit warmer. And then this is reed gray. I have used reed gray for lots of things. I made my Shizen pullover in reed gray. I feel like I've used this. I have a lot of this in my stash. But yeah, so these are the gorgeous gray colors. Now the alpenglow blanket, I should tell you, the way it's designed, let's just talk about it for 1 second before we move on to the other colors in this package. The alpenglow is meant to be like a color study almost in warms and cool toned colors and their contrasts. So it is a striped blanket, but it's not garter stitch. You actually slide back and forth, similar to brioche. So the point is that on one side of the blanket, all the knit stitches will be warm and the purl bumps that are pushing forward will be cool. So the cool will stand out and the warm colors will recede. Then on the other side of the blanket, it's the opposite. Whatever I just said, make it the opposite because I don't remember. I think cool will recede and warm, the purl bumps will be in the foreground. I just love this so much. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's going to have that rhythmic, simple, memorized pattern quality that just, then the joy is watching the colors. And if you are driven by color as I am, it's just like, it feels like Christmas. And although I do not need another long-term project, I am so excited about it. Hi. Danny came to say hi. She's like, what's all the excitement about? I wish you could see her. She's so sweet. Anyway, okay, so that is the concept of the alpenglow blanket. It's inspired by the mountains and when the sun is setting, how there's warm colors of the sunset against the cool colors of the gray toned mountains and the blue toned sky. We're singing my song, y'all. The mountains, the color play, it's everything. So I'm very glad I pulled the trigger and bought this. Okay, moving along. This is the darkest color in their line. I believe this is Kettle. Well, I believe it's the darkest color. I know it's called Kettle Black. Again, just all the dark colors of linen quill have so much visual interest because the way linen does not take the dye the same as the wool and the alpaca. So it's just so beautiful. There's nothing flat about it. It's so, so lovely. Now this guy caught me off guard because I'm obsessed with it. It is still water blue. I just, again, on the screen, I wouldn't have thought it was that interesting. So I'm hoping you can see how interesting it is on this screen, but it is so beautiful. Like, look at this compared. So this is dark denim. This did not come, this did not come in this package, but like, look how different. This has so much, this is so much bluer, and this has so much more gray in it, and like the effect is completely different. I'm just trying to get you to see it. This is lighter, this one is richer in blue, so it's just so much fun to pick apart colors and decide which one makes you the happiest. Because at the end of the day, that is the only thing that matters. What makes your heart sing? So this is still water blue. I am obsessed with it. So those are the two darkest in the set. Now the purples. This is purple. I've been trying to figure out how to say this word. Clematis. I don't know how to say that word. I assume that's a flower. Purple clematis. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this type of purple. It's just too purple. Like I like a little bit more moodiness in my purple. I don't want it to be so in your face purple. There's some colors I love to have like the in your face version, and I'll show you a couple. This is not it. So this is not my favorite color at all. So in the pattern, you're supposed to pair a cool color with the warm color. And on the pattern, which is a free pattern, by the way, it tells you exactly how they made theirs. But there are definite changes I'm going to make. I'm not going to follow their color combinations. A color like this, I have to be super thoughtful of what I pair it with, because paired with the right color, this will be nice. Paired with the wrong color, it'll be just, I just don't love this color. What color is this? Crocus Bud. Oh my gosh. Now this is the kind of purple I like. It's softer. It's more sophisticated looking. This is such a pretty, I wanted to put this with lavender opal, because if you are like someone who loves really soft lavenders and you just want to like just go all in, these would be so pretty together, because this one brings out the lavender in this one, and this one mellows this one out. This one is Magnolia Blossom. I love this so much because it has so much pink in it, and it's very cool toned. I love cool toned pinks. I think they are so pretty. And I have to say, I do think those would be pretty together. Maybe just a little too aggressively feminine, but I'll just put these all three together so you can see this happy. When I was like 7, this would have just been everything for me. Okay, so that was the first package of 10. Let's go to, I'm saving my favorite one for last because I just think that will be fun for me. I'm the kind of person that like eats a candy bar super slowly because I want to savor the whole thing, the whole situation. And that's kind of how I feel about this yarn right now. I'm savoring this experience because, sorry, I'm being a pain on opening it, but I'm scared I'm going to accidentally clip the yarn itself. Now, this is such a fun package of color. Okay, let's just go ahead and start. I don't really know why this color's in here. This is Pale Oats. So this and Wheat Flour to me are similar. Like they're not as gray. Like this doesn't even look remotely gray now next to this. These are just a creamy, not white, but lovely base colors. Like for a classic, if I were to make think of a classic sweater with, you know, texture and all that, this is the color I would think of. It's just this beautiful, warm, and although you cannot see the difference in the dye, I love the little bits of linen still give it so much interest and texture. This is Pale Oats. Okay, now let's start with this top row of these two are more, so I would say this is very turquoise, and then this is got more blue, and this has more green. This is true turquoise. There you go. And it really is. You know, I wonder if I should take these off, or at least slide their outfits down. This is a true turquoise. Lots of green, like right there, smack dab between blue and green. It's not my favorite color. I have never been a turquoise color person, but this one is really pretty. It's just really, really pretty. Again, I think the linen bits just keep it from looking too aggressively turquoise. Oops. This one is called Cobalt Blue. Absolutely stunning. It's very bright and vibrant. Just such a rich shade of blue. And this one shocked me, okay? It shocked me in how I never gave it a thought, and then when I'm looking at it, it takes my breath away. And this is a version of the in-your-face version of the color, being just perfect for me. This is blue, blue. Now, as I'm looking at it in person versus the screen, I'm seeing what the difference is. On the screen, the vibrancy, the almost like neon tone to it, it's just not captured. It looks very flat. In person, it is so rich. It feels like it's glowing. So if you love a really vivid primary blue, blue is gonna knock your socks off. This is Blue Pansy. I really want the labels to stay on. So this is Blue Pansy, a much more, it's got more purple. It's like more sophisticated looking. Would make gorgeous color work. I'm just thinking of how pretty the color work is. And I'm also wishing I had like a light right here because I feel like it might be just slightly too dull here to capture the color, but this is a pretty one too. All right, moving on to the last two much lighter blues, and then we've got some greens. This is Eggshell Blue. This really just reminds me of spring and Easter. Really, really pretty, soft, rich also. Like I feel like it has a lot of pigment. It's not subtle. I think this one is the opposite. It's much more subtle in the same family. This is Bird's Egg Blue. I used this for my daughter's half and half wrap with a hot pink. And I love it. It's really, really cool toned. I wanted to put a gray against it. No, not that one. Let's see, where's Reed Gray? Here's Reed Gray. So you can see this has a ton more blue and this is much warmer. And then I'll put it next to Lavender Opal. See, this one to me still reads just a lot more blue and this one still reads gray. So yeah, that is Bird's Egg Blue. Very, very pretty. I love that color. I feel like I made that blanket. Then did I make something else? I don't know. I am sure I have some leftovers from the big skeins. Here are some gorgeous greens. This is Grasshopper Green. I would say this is unremarkable. Like, I don't think it's unique. I feel like I see this color a lot out in the wild in yarn colors. I would never pick this myself unless I was really trying to find this green in linen quill, then great, but it's nothing special. This one is Fresh Pickle. I love this name. I love pickles. And I love this. This is a beautiful green that I find much more interesting than this one because it's just darker and richer, and I think it would look gorgeous with earth tones as kind of a bright contrast, but not too bright. And like I said, Fresh Pickle, love that name. Now this one is another one that just, I think they nailed the crayon version of it. It's Clover Green. And again, it does not read the same on screen as it does in person. It is much more vibrant. It's deeper. It looks lighter on the screen for some reason. In person, it is very much a Kelly green, like that really beautiful shamrock, I'm going for it kind of color that blue also has. So I wanted to put those together for you. See how gorgeous. And then I will put this one. So like, I don't know. They're all very primary feeling, even though I understand this is not primary, but just very crayon box. And this is just my least favorite of the crayon box. But these two are really, really pretty and would be just really statements. Like this in this tank top would be so fun. Okay, moving right along. Let's see, I talked about this one already. Pale Oats, yep. All right, I'm gonna save my best for last, but the second best. Let me show it to you. Oh, gasp. This one, oh my God. Now we're getting to where like, it takes my breath away. These are so, so fabulous. I cannot wait to talk about these. All right. Easy, gentle, opening the plastic. Okay, now, oh, I don't even know how to begin or where to begin because these are so pretty. I honestly, okay, let's just start with Pink Pop. This is the color that I was saying I made the half and half. So this was my color combination. Well, this was my daughter's color combination. This is the one I made. And every time I see it, she loves it so much. She uses it every night. It's her favorite thing, and it makes my heart so happy because that was my intention, was that she have something that feels like my presence and love for her in physical form. And the colors look so good together. You just cannot go wrong with a super strong color paired with like a chill color. Like even these two would be amazing together. Like even, all the Summerlee sock patterns that are so bright and colorful, I think these two colors would be amazing. So that is Pink Pop. It is just a gorgeous, cool toned pink that is so much fun. This color I have wanted to see in person for ages, and I am thrilled to get to see it. This is Bright Flamingo, right? Yes, I didn't know if it was bright or what, but this is Bright Flamingo. I love this beyond. It's got a lot of orange in it with the pink. Even these two, if you like made a half and half with these two, just because your personality can pull it off, may the force be with you. I feel like this would just be you cannot be unhappy in the presence of these colors, y'all. This is why I love bright colors. They just infect you with happiness. Okay. So these two are, since I've gotten to work with the Pink Pop a lot through her half and half, I cannot wait to work with this. I cannot wait to pair it with like the exact right color, and I don't know what it's going to be. But that's the other thing I'm obsessed about with this blanket, is that my favorite part of the half and half is picking two colors and seeing how they interact and watching that unfold. You get to do that 20 times in this blanket. You get to put colors together. And honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to stick to the warm and cool thing. I think I might just see where it lands. My daughter is dying to just put all these colors down on the carpet and like help me make the color combination. So we're going to do that this weekend. I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I can't wait to find the perfect combination for Bright Flamingo because it's everything. I love it. Okay. Now moving to you know what? Let's just do, no, we're going to go in order. I was about to do the rest of the brights, but I have been shocked by how much I love these colors. These next three colors are just, I really wouldn't have given them a second thought, and now I am just obsessed. This is Kiln Red, Kiln Red. It has that Santa Fe, I don't know, Southwest, just rich terracotta color, and I love it. Even like I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the other bright, the last super bright color because I'm obsessed. It's orange, super orange. This is super orange. Like, look how good those would look together, right? Kiln Red and super orange. Oh my gosh. I am not a red person or an orange person, but when they are right, oh my gosh, these two together are so beautiful. Even like a really pale pink with this would be gorgeous. But anyway, I am so excited to work with this color. So that was super orange, and this is Kiln Red. Now this is another one that is just so rich and beautiful. I just wish I had more. I need a thesaurus for looking up better words to describe how I feel, because oh my gosh, this is chestnut red, and the combination of the brown tones with the maroon, it's just perfect. And I actually have to say, the way the light is hitting it is it's doing it service. Like, it looks as pretty as it does in person right now. So if you are into these kind of richer colors, it's very fall. It kind of reminds me a little bit of this lipstick that I'm wearing. It's just so beautiful, and you cannot go wrong. Like, I think it would be stunning with this color. Chestnut red and bird's egg blue. It's just so good. Now, this one, it's not I like it a lot, but it's not, it doesn't get to the category of the kiln red and the chestnut red. This is lychee pink, and I never know if you say that word lychee or lychee, so I don't know. It is very beautiful, and if you've never had a lychee fruit, it is so delicious. There are these tropical little funky fruits with these scaly looking, oh my God, peel. Hello, almost like an avocado married an armadillo. It's like that. And then you peel it, and the inside is this super juicy, delicious little burst of happiness. And the color of the skin is often sort of this color. Very, very pretty. I think it's going to need to be paired with something with a little oomph. I don't know what that will be yet. We will figure it out over the weekend, and I will keep you updated. But that's lychee pink. While the rest of these are pinks. Well, 2 more pinks and 2 more orangey colors. This is peony pink, which I think is a fantastic, similar to how I love lavender opal as a stand-in for a more neutral color, but still a little bit interesting. To me, that's this. Like, I think this would be so good with super orange. Like, it's still a pink, but it's a much more muted, soft, gentle pink that lets this one take center stage. It's a gorgeous color. And I think if you just are not obsessively color driven like me, well, that would be pretty, but also just like a really neutral color would be so soft and delicate and sophisticated. No quality in that do I possess. Let's see. Peachy pink. I love this one. This is a gorgeous color. It is truly peachy, and I love peach. I think it's more vibrant than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more soft and toned down, but it packs a punch. Like, this would be, this is one of the color combinations I thought I would love, but I think they would compete a little too much, and I would rather do this if I were gonna do it than this. So this one, I don't know what I would put with that, but I think this one needs to stand out, so be paired with maybe a more toned down color. All right, 2 more in this bag, and then we have 1 bag left. This is Baked Earth. Definitely in the same kind of vibes as Kiln Red and Chestnut Red, or Kiln, what is it? Yeah, Kiln Red and Chestnut Red. Yeah, these to me, oh, look at that color progression. That is so good. Holy smokes, that is so beautiful. Oh, I just love that. And this is not a color story that I have ever been drawn to. Like, you will not find one thing in my closet in any of these colors, but I am feeling it right now. They are so beautiful, both all together and individually. Just stunning. That's Baked Earth. A really, I'll put it next to peachy, whatever, peachy pink. Both have a lot of peach, but this is just a lot warmer, has more tan almost, and this one is obviously got a lot more orange. Last one, absolute stunner, red poppy. If you are into orangish reds, oh my gosh, this is a stunner. I love it. Let's put it next to, just for fun, next to super orange, so you can see that obviously this has a lot more red. To me, it's like tomatoey. It reminds me of a perfect lipstick shade, and this one really doesn't have any red. So that is poppy, red poppy. Really pretty. Again, you can see the texture in there, and I cannot wait to watch all these colors knit up, y'all. Okay, we've arrived at my favorite bag. Although it's really hard to play favorites, in each one I had like mind-blowing favorites, but this package just, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think because it combines like these gorgeous earthy tones, which I am obsessed with. Like these are the kinds of, this is what I would consider, like if most people wear black as their like basic staple, I would use browns as mine. And so that's what, to me, these are just so appealing. And then when they throw this neon in there, you have made my day. Neutral, like grounded colors, and then a neon thrown in there, that is just going to be it for me. Okay. And there's a couple in here I'm not a huge fan of. And I'll tell you why, because of course I'll tell you why. When have I not told you why? Now, why don't we just go ahead and get it out of the way? I don't love this color. This is golden wheat. It's that color that makes everybody look, it's just sort of sad. It's like, I think it's going to make everything look more yellow and dim. Like it just reminds me of like 70s carpeting. It's just, I don't know. Some other ball of yarn's going to have to do a lot of hard work carrying this guy, because I don't know. I'm trying to think like maybe if you do something like this, but is this guy just bringing this guy down? I don't know. This is not my favorite color, so let's not belabor the point. This is golden wheat. I would love to know if you love this color and what you think would be really pretty with it. Like maybe fresh pickle? Ugh, I don't know. No, thank you. Maybe, why don't I just throw my two least favorite children in the pond together and do these two? I don't know. We'll see. This is buttercup yellow. Still not my favorite color, but better, more vibrant, more, it is a very natural bright yellow. It is not neon. It really does remind me of colors you would see in flowers, and I do like that about it. It doesn't have an unnatural like neon glow. It's very beautiful and authentic. I do like that. I think it could be really pretty with maybe, no, that looks very bumblebee. Maybe baked earth. I think that's this. No, this is lychee pink. Maybe that would be pretty together. I don't know. But that is probably the truest yellow in here. Like if this is a true green and this is a true blue, they do look fun together. I love those primary colors together. There's something really sophisticated about that, despite the fact that it's very grade school looking. I think it just looks fresh. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, this one's gorgeous. Turmeric yellow. So beautiful. And now this yellow is getting more orange, more rich. It's so, so pretty. Still, like, I think it would be gorgeous with, there's a color in here that I think this would be gorgeous with. I do like this because it's bridging the orange. It's almost like butterscotchy. Oh, that's hilarious. I guess not, because this is butterscotch yellow. To me, this has a lot more orange, and this has a lot more like golden. Pull his little shirt down. Definitely more gold. This is more orange. So this one's butterscotch, and this one is turmeric. I think this one would look amazing with this. This reminds me of India, big time. Really, 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 really pretty. So much of a color's ability to shine is what other color you're pairing it with, right? Like, to me, this alone isn't that great, but when you put these two together, they just complement each other so much. Raw sienna, I love this color. I think this is such a good neutral. It's warm, it's interesting, it's not, I don't know, there's just enough yellow in it. I think it would be so pretty with blue. Oh my goodness. I love it so, 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 so much. It's so pretty. So that one is just fantastic. And that would look great with so many things. Like, so this would be warm. What would a cool color would it be? Oh, that is so good. Oh my goodness. This pink pop shade can look so, it's so versatile. It can look just as good with something so warm as something so cool. Even these three together are amazing. Okay, I don't want to take advantage of your attention and drag this on because I am seeing all these in person, like in my hands for the first time. So it's hard for me to speed it any faster. I apologize if this is dragging. This is golden green. I love this one. Oh my goodness. It's so vibrant. It reminds me of spring. It reminds me of the bazillion grasshoppers that are all over the place these days. It is just so, so, so good. I don't know. That would be so pretty if you're just going to go for it. Bright flamingo. I'm trying to think of another. Maybe, no, that is bad. Every time I put this with something, I don't like it. So that's going to be an interesting, like, what am I going to put that with? But this is just so stunning. Oh my God. I think this would look so good with a purple too. It's kind of obnoxious, but it might be like so ugly. It's cute. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. This one is one of my favorites. I love it so much. It is pale celery. I have wanted to see this in person forever, and now here she is. I hate celery. It is a vile weed, but it really does capture like celery juice. And it's so, again, I know I'm being repetitive, but the way that lavender opal is a neutral while still being interesting, that is how I feel about pale celery. And actually, I think for you neutral souls out there, this is like a killer combo. I'm sort of obsessed with that combination. Okay, it's pale celery. Oh my gosh, you could not go wrong. You could pair this with so many things. Like, that is so fresh and beautiful. I can't even stand it. Even this blue, bird's egg blue, because this is like so muted, it keeps it from looking too Easter egg vibes. Okay, three more. This, again, on the screen, on the Pearl Soho website, lemon lime, it just looks like a fluorescent highlighter. In person, it looks like $1 million. It is like as dimensional and interesting looking as like this. Like, to me, this is dimensional, interesting, sophisticated. So is this. I don't know if my screen is capturing the interest of this, but it is really stunning. And if you pair it with something mellow, like a poopy color, I like to call these, they're like poopy colors or just all different shades of earthy browns and stuff. they're perfect. I mean, it's like, it just, I would wear this color head to toe. I don't know what that says about me, but I can tell you the day I wore that outfit, I'd be in a good mood because this is amazing. This is possibly my favorite skein in the whole 40 because it just knocks my socks off. I love it so much. And it's me at my truest. It's not me trying to be a 44-year-old adult. It's like the inside of me. And then like look at it next to this. This is another, like these could not be more opposite, but I love both of these beyond words. This is pine cone, and I wouldn't have given this guy a second thought when I saw it on the computer screen. And in person, I just think it is a stunner. And I just love this color with any sort of chill color. The final color is one you guys, if you are not new to my channel, are deeply familiar with because I have used this in about a trillion different projects. This is Fresh Nutmeg. I had 3 skeins of Fresh Nutmeg. I have made shorts, a shirt, and a ranunculus, and I still have leftovers of Fresh Nutmeg. That is how big these skeins of 100 grams are. These are 25, obviously, but the 100-gram skeins are so affordable and they go such a long way. So that is part of my love for this fiber. Fresh Nutmeg is just stunning. I mean, I love it because I love brown. This has a hint of like reddish, pinkish, cool tones. It's so good. And then this is pine cone, which is definitely warmer and deeper and richer. And oh my goodness, I see this in my dreams. I'm so familiar with it. And this is just like one step off, but to me, it might as well be like from a different planet. It's such an interesting color. I love it. Again, like these two, this sky. It's too good. Y'all, that is the 40 colors of the Pearl Soho Linen Quill Minis. They came with this adorable little, postcard. And then on the back is all the colors, which I think is fantastic because at some point I'm gonna have to take off the little sleeves. Jessica thinks I should make a little board. I actually screenshotted one and I'll put a picture of it up. It's like just all the colors, and then she was like, just take a little snip and tie it so you can, for future reference, really be able to see it. And having it labeled would help because of course, excuse me, I just hiccuped. Of course, hang on. Of course I'd have the blanket, but it's helpful. Like I don't anticipate remembering each and every color's name forever and ever. Maybe I will. Knowing me, that's the kind of thing that would stick in my brain. How fun is that? This is very like Madonna in the 80s with the like side pony and the bracelets. Anyway, if you know, you know. I'm obsessed. I am so excited because I love working with color, like I said, and this blanket is just so unique. I'm gonna put a picture where you can really see how if you use 2 really contrasting colors, the sides really look so different and gives it such a dimensional look. That's what I love about this project. It's 40 by 49. It's gonna be a lovely big blanket size, and I really have been wanting, I'm like the queen of shawls, as y'all know, but I've been wanting a blanket because it's just cozy and I want one, and now I'm gonna make one. And I do feel like I am gonna be doing this project instead of the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along, and it's so hard for me to say that, but here's the deal. Let's just talk about this real quick because I've been getting questions. Yes, I am still a Stephen West superfan. I love that man more than, truly, I say prayers for him. I love him so much. When Stitch passed away, I was devastated. Like I still think about that all the time, like hoping he's well. I love him so much. I love his aesthetic. I love his designs. I love everything Stephen West. However, I find mystery knit-alongs just inevitably are disappointing to me. They're stressful and disappointing. And I think maybe they're disappointing because my expectations are always so high. And then inevitably, I feel like I can't keep up. I'm stressing out to keep up. Maybe I'm not loving the way it's looking. And then I'm like, I have limited knitting time and I'm using it to knit something I don't even really love and I'm not going to use. And so it just feels like the opposite of what I want my knitting life to feel like, which is like sitting on a patio with the perfect temperature and your best friend and the perfect drink. It's like that's what knitting should feel like, just this perfect slice of your day. And I just cannot rally to do something that I fear is going to stress me out. So I'm not going to do it. And I know I feel disappointed that I don't have more arms and more days of my life to do everything that I would be inclined to do. But with the limited resources of time I have, I do feel like I would rather knit this. And honestly, you guys, I don't need another project for the rest of the year. It is September 6th, 5th or 6th. I have so many things that I need to continue progressing on. And I really need to cast on the tessellated pullover. I haven't even swatched for that yet because I was trying to finish this. And I need to finish the other summer top. And I need to finish the hat I'm working on and the socks I'm knitting on. And it's just... And I have so many projects on the needles and I'm calling it quits for the year. I'm not casting on anything new other than what I have planned. And I'm hoping to make as much progress on those things as I can this year. I am not the kind of person that likes to have things just languishing for months and months and months. I don't live that knitting life. I like to be making progress on everything that's on my needles. Otherwise, I just feel out of control. So that is my spiel about Stephen West MCAL. I will be just thrilled and excited to watch from the sidelines and see it unfold. Please don't be mad at me. Don't take it as something other than just my limited time. I adore Stephen, and maybe it turns out to be such a stunner that I'll make it anyway. Because when the Stephen West mood strikes me, it is like a ton of bricks and there's no way to get out from under those bricks other than to knit a Stephen West project. So I know that urge will strike. I just don't know if I'm up for the mystery right this second. So anyway, okay, I feel like I have rambled on and on for far too long. So why don't we just end it there? I will not talk about books in life today. We'll just keep it just this perfect bit of color for today's pod. Come back next time. We will chat more about knitting. I'm finally I hope I give myself permission to cast this on. I've been kind of resisting because I've got a deadline for something I'm working on, and I'm trying to use this as like not allowing myself to cast on until I finish that project. But I just don't know if that kind of tough love is what I need right now. So anyway, we shall see. We shall stay tuned and see what I do. If I was too weak and I bought the whole thing. By the way, I got it for 25% off, which was amazing. Normally it's $198 and I got it for like $147 or something, which I thought was a great deal because this is a huge project. This is a lot of gorgeous high quality yarn, and I think it's just going to be like that soothing knit that I turn to time and time again for the rest of the year and probably beyond, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're so inclined to join me, I wouldn't be sad about it. A blanket, Cal. Anyway, okay. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Have a lovely fiber-filled weekend. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye.